Repositories.
I mean, this wasn't live. This was gold. That should have all
There
been
was
live.
some real gold in there, but there was also some things that, yeah.
well.
Things.
Hello,
They will not be
everyone.
repeated.
This is made by Big Dan's Flamin' Hot Sauce Suppositories. Get your spice on any way you can.
Spice up.
So nice, you'll feel it twice.
Yeah, you cannot take it if you're on blood thinners, though.
No,
Just like in real life.
you will be screaming, "I'm bleeding out of my asshole."
Yeah. That's right. We're here. Regrettably, I don't know.
None of you should really be watching us. I mean, honestly, we're really bad people.
Yeah.
Well, we shouldn't be here, and neither should you.
Yes.
What are you doing with your life?
What are you doing? Where could you be that's better than here right now? A lot of places. Like
Baskin Robbins.
Baskin Robbins. This episode is not brought to you by Baskin Robbins. Enjoy all 31 flavors as it trickles down your chin. I had
You need to eat your ice cream faster.
I need to eat my ice cream way faster.
You need to have a splitting headache that you think you need a doctor for. That's how fast you need to eat your ice cream.
True.
Not to be taken as a suppository.
It's hard.
I think that's how you get
That's
yogurt.
because it gets soft.
Maybe you use it as a counter to the other suppository.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Cool down those hemorrhoids.
It's just like when you're eating real spicy food and they give you some milk to cool it out. You get one of Dan's hot sauce suppositories in there and then just a fucking douche with some heavy cream.
Or just get some Go-Gurt in a funnel, you know?
Oh, well, it's
Ooh,
Go-Gurt.
hey.
Do you even need the funnel?
I mean, it's got the
depends on
squeeze
how-
tube, right?
It comes
Does-
pre-funneled.
Does
Yeah.
Activia have the? Because that's the one that's the probiotic that's good for your butthole anyway. So
Oh, now we're talking.
We're
Just
getting
apply it
places.
directly.
just
Apply directly
it's
to
a
your
topical
butthole.
ointment.
Activia.
That's all you agreed it
Apply
is. It's
directly to your
The
butthole.
topical ointment that we've all been taking orally. That's why it's not working.
Oh, yeah.
We've been doing it wrong the whole time.
Science facts. That's what we give you here.
Science facts.
Real actual science.
Super science.
I mean, they should go out on yogurt commercials and just let everyone know that you are consuming live creatures. Millions and millions of live creatures are now squirting down your throat.
They're delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Also, dead creatures, also delicious. Just saying.
Yeah, Kat, I don't have my green screen up right now because it was annoying me. So I'm just using the Zoom built-in green screen. So that's
This
why
looks very
I am
good.
not a floating head today.
Zoom's doing good work today.
Zoom's doing good work today.
Chuck's got to take his physical body out every now and then. And,
Mhm.
just starts to deteriorate if he doesn't.
It really does. Yeah. Like you got to get, take it for a little walk around the block. Play fetch
Let's
with
see,
it.
little son.
Mm-hmm. Not too much though.
Just a little bit.
A little bit to confirm that you're not a vampire.
That's right. It's the only way to know.
Yeah. I'm some of the meds I'm on makes me very sensitive to sunlight. And so that makes I'm an artificial dampier.
There you go.
There you go. I'm fucking Blade over here. Not I am Blade over here. This episode
I
is
see
brought
the
to you by
resemblance.
Wesley Snipes.
No, we're doing a bit of tax evasion, are we?
Well, it's only
Somebody's
a matter
got
of
to.
time.
That motherfucker's
Well, he's
gotta
putting
get
this
up
one
there.
down for a loss, you see. We're
Those
helping him.
taxes won't evade themselves.
Right. Someone's got to
Chuck,
run.
I hate to
from the
tell you,
tax
but
man.
Ashley has overheard your Blade statement.
So the real question was Ashley watching to begin with and
Or did her
reacted
blade
to
sense
that?
go off?
Or did Ashley hear me yelling from the other room that I am secretly Wesley Snipes? World may never know. Unless she
It may
answers.
not.
Or unless she
It
sends me a
probably
DM on
shouldn't.
Discord.
Yeah.
Nope, no DM on Discord. I'm good to go. Anyway, we're going to play some Dungeon Crawl Classics. We're doing Night Below. We're actually on book 3. Oh, Ashley. You know what? I want that ice cream to suffer. I want it to hurt so good.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're
Or we
playing
can just sit here and make scatological comments all night. I mean,
Dookie Dookie.
your views will be the same either way, Chuck.
It really
let's
will.
be
We're
honest.
not going anywhere. Give
But
us
we cannot improve or make this any worse.
600 bits in chat, and we'll make Dan say something fucked up.
I say that all the time on accident, not even on purpose.
Well, you got to take it up a notch.
Oh no.
Describe to us the beta testing for your hot sauce suppositories.
I mean,
There's a lot of ouch involved.
it starts with a bratwurst. No.
A bratwurst and some
Wow.
duct tape. There you
And
go.
a seesaw.
That's the important part.
That's the important part. It's part of the technique.
It is.
Mhm.
It is. Oh, right now there's a Russell
Jeremy, you have a
teabagging
crown.
Jeremy's forehead.
What?
Russell's teabagging your forehead.
Oh, he kind of
that's
is.
fantastic. Anyway, last session, we finally made it into book 3. We are now in the Sunless Sea area, the final book. And as you were all entering this huge underground area that is very hot and humid, despite what the book says, you found yourselves coming across an ambush site, some dead Darrow and things, and they were murdered, and there were some like humanoids from the surface, and their brain pans were eaten out.
It's an unfortunate place for a brain pan to be.
Yeah. And so you followed the trail, and you came across some big, lumpy, ugly dudes guarding it. You murdered them.
Like we do.
And then Team Sneak went inside, saw weird shit in this giant cave, like these little like black wasp hives and the black like alien mucusy shit all over the walls. And Sweeney went back to update the group. Then Gadsby saw a mind flare passing through, and that mind flare stopped and kind of looked back over the cavern, and it psychically thought out with thoughts and shit that Gadsby was able to pick up. If you're there, we're waiting for you. And then Gadsby hightailed it out of there. And so you all are outside of this cave, trying to figure out what's going on. Oh shit, I did not see the Jinn is in the chat.
She is.
Yeah.
So many people in the chat
Yeah.
that we haven't managed to run off yet.
Right. I'm really wondering
That's a challenge. We gotta.
what went wrong with your day that made you end up here.
I woke up first thing this morning.
There's your problem.
That'll do it. That'll do it. Anyway. Yeah, I'll let you all take it over. You're standing outside of this cavern. There's the 4 of you. There's your crew, your entourage, all in some in rough-ish condition. I know Prentice got his ass kicked a little bit.
He did.
Andrin, our baby cleric, has taken up residence in the magical mansion because
Stacking our coins.
stacking
Yep.
the coins. Also, he got his stamina reduced down to 2, so like he can barely walk right now.
That's why he's stacking the coins, because it's funny. Because when the stack gets really tall, he gets really tired on his way up there, and we
He
watch
knocks
and
it
we laugh.
over.
We don't help.
Who's that fucker
We
who
told him
had
to
to
quit
push
smoking.
that? Yeah. Who's that fucker who had to push the boulder up that hill?
Sisyphus.
Sisyphus? That's a better answer.
Yeah.
I was like, I just wanted to say Oedipus, but that dude, he was a real motherfucker.
It was
so-
syphilis, right? No.
It was
Yeah,
syphilis.
syphilis.
That's it.
Syphilis.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Awesome. We've managed.
One day, that's exactly how it will appear in the American history books.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
About your Greek
actually.
legends.
all in like pictograph, like
The Greek
It-
gods
He'll be
punished
pushing a ball
everyone
of sheep
with
up a hill
syphilis.
and
Mhm.
slips and something else happens.
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
I never thought it would happen to me.
You want to know how I got this way?
you want to see how I got these
We
scars.
should do that sometime.
Anyway, I just thought we were asking questions. You're all outside. What's your plan? I asked you last time what your plan was, and I believe the answer was
Mm.
run in and just do something. But I don't know if
That
that's the
sounds like us.
finalized
Like
plan.
the short and the long of it was someone was going to go in, and then if they didn't like it, they were going to come back out. And I was going to miraculously cast a spell to lock them in the room,
Oh,
which requires me
Great.
to successfully cast a spell,
it does.
which is the
Luckily,
thing I don't do on purpose.
we've got a few rerolls left, and we've got a
That's
little bit of
not
luck.
enough.
All right, well, fuck it. Maybe he's got something interesting to say,
Okay.
but probably not.
You have been very persuasive.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we just act like we're willing to listen. You know, we are businessmen after all.
You are.
Is this wife number 7?
That was the orc, wasn't it?
Yeah, no,
Or no. Was she 6?
she was 7.
Okay.
Okay, so 8.
This could be number 8.
No.
You want to put on the
no.
suit?
No.
It would probably. You could just leave the beard out.
Mm.
Now, an observation occurred to me is it didn't seem it knew where an invisible person was. So maybe we just send an invisible person in to talk to it?
That's not a bad idea.
Sure.
Because it'll know you're
some
there, but it
smog
won't
action.
fully know.
Okay. I'll go.
All right. So is that the plan?
And then we'll wall you in there anyways.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, our
I have a
share of the
short
treasure
lifespan,
just
it's
went
fine.
up.
Do you want somebody else to go in too, so they can have that that uneasy thread of there's the person I see, but I know there's somebody else, so that you kind of have that edge on them.
Like a
known knowns
double
and
team.
known unknowns argument.
Right,
Are
exactly.
you trying to volunteer Team Sneak to go inside the cave?
I think he was.
I think Team Sneak should sneak in away from the rest of the group, and the rest of the group goes in as loud as they want to be.
Exactly. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Okay.
I like that
You
plan.
know, we'll be team, playing around, and you'll be team edging.
Yes.
And I'll
Well,
be team waiting to lock the door.
Yes. You're the referee in this weird game of 7 minutes in heaven.
7 minutes in the tentacle hole.
Yeah, no, even I've got a line. It's pretty far out there, but
Did you mean up there?
yeah. Oh, actually, right now I'm enlarged.
Should get a doctor to check
Technically, yeah.
that out.
Has it lasted for more than 4 turns?
Okay. This was a fun line of thought, but I really appreciate how Dan pulled it around back into DCC. So I'm giving everyone a
Yeah.
point of luck for that.
Yeah.
Good job, Dan. Because I
I
was
did
waiting
good.
more than 4 hours, more than 4 turns, because it turns an hour. Win.
I was on it there.
Yes.
You were
Yeah,
fucking
That's
on it,
pretty
man.
awesome.
All right, so Team Sneak, roll your sneak.
Okay.
So, Farbauti is going to go in loud and proud, trying to draw
Mhm.
attention, do any talking. Pitchfork is going to be hanging outside
Oh,
with
no.
the NPCs
Bravely.
bravely.
Mhm, mhm.
Let me just get my random encounter table up.
I'm going to spend a point of luck to make that a 21, just to be
Sure.
a little safer.
It's a random encounter for the people going in or for the
Things have
NPCs
gone
and
all
me.
topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
I
We'll
rolled
never
higher on
know.
a sneak check than Gadsby.
Okay. So we got a 21 and a 27.
And Jason's all nicely
And I'm
armored up
invisible.
too, so he can be loud and proud.
Okay. You and Jason are going in together.
Yeah,
Okay. Team Meat Shield.
that's right.
You want to snaggle with?
Whoever wants to go.
Snaggle will go with.
Okay. So let's break this up. We got Team Sneak,
And team fuck around and find out.
Team Fuck Around and Find Out. Leaving
Fafo.
leaving Team Spellcaster, which consists of a pitchfork, an injured apprentice, human beer carrier number 2, and donkey.
Don't worry, Human Bear Carrier number 2 is gonna carry this team.
You know, I've never leveled him up beyond his 0 level stats.
He should probably be like a level 10 by now.
All he does is carry the beer.
I know,
He
which
has-
is important, hard work.
He should have tremendous stamina and strength, but not in a usable combat fashion.
I'll
That's
tell you
right.
what, if anyone's character ever dies, they have to play human beer carrier number 2.
Well, that would be me soon, probably.
And
Not
as
bad.
long as it is like, we'll figure that out. And they'll get to level up to like a level below your current character level. We'll get the stats fleshed out.
Human beer carrier number 2 is actually the Sisyphus of this game.
You know what? If you're just going to make up
Realistically, yeah.
words,
He is constantly pushing that beer barrel forever.
oh, John, great news.
Yeah.
One Shot is on for Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
That-
distractions. All right, Team Sneak, you did good. The two of you head on in. Moving along the exteriors of this column, you find yourselves once again in that large room that stretches, left and right. You can see all these like black hornet nests up along the wall. That I believe the two of you saw a mind flayer like go into one and then come back out, or maybe that was Gadsby that saw that. Yeah. Once again, towards the right, you hear strange, angry animal noises. But towards the left, you see the light, and where Gadsby can point out that's where the mind flayer went. So the two of you've got a couple of moments to kind of get into whatever position you want to take, or are you just kind of planning to like flank back behind like Team Meat Shield? Like, what's the plan? You want to
Okay.
go around and do a pincer?
Try to get in up behind where they would be coming out. So like doing it, slow walking it to let them respond and then see if we can get behind maybe.
Okay, sure. And I'll tell you what, you've probably got, where they would probably come out because you saw that one go in there. You can see there's light, signs of activity in there. With your scores, you did good. I'll tell you, you've got no problem kind of moving up, like I said, kind of around the edge of that entrance that it went through. So if they come out, the two of you will be, one of you on each side.
Yeah.
Farbauti,
Hmm.
Snaggle, Jason. Get up here, Snaggle. You're not down on that team. The three of you, so Farbauti, you and your posse there. You go through and it's, like I said, this black, glossy, like obsidian, artificial structuring all over the wall. It's very kind of like techno-organic looking. You enter into this main chamber. It's a huge chamber. It stretches left to right. Towards the right, you hear these fucked up, angry animal noises. Way down there, you can't see anything, but it's awfully angry sounding. And towards the left, yeah, you see the entranceway. It's got some light in there. That scent of incense is kind of like floating through the air. You see all these like big, like hornet nests, like paper wasp nests, like up along the walls with like some lights on in the insides of them. The entrances are large enough that, you could easily step through one. If it was at a place where you could step through, even in your enlarged size. And as you start kind of making your way down, are you doing anything? Are you just walking, or?
Just to be the biggest possible just knock at the doorway. Pardon me, sorry, just wandering through. Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior Moradin?
As you kind of step into this huge chamber, you kind of like bang your hand on a wall. You yell that out. It echoes a little bit. The fucked up animal noises kind of die down some towards the right. And as you look to the left through this lit like passageway, you can see one lone mind flayer come like levitating out, just maybe 6 inches above the ground. Its outfit does look slightly different than the mind flayers you've previously encountered. Where the other ones, they were kind of like more fitting, sheer kind of like armor. This thing's outfit's like, it's big, it's extravagant, huge fucking collar, ruffled sleeves, kind of like these bright reds and blacks. You muted their dance, whatever you said didn't come through.
Oh, no, nothing. Sorry.
I'm just
I was
thinking.
thinking out loud more than anything, so probably better as muted.
I'm just thinking he's the Liberace of.
Very
I was about to
much.
say, are you the queen, Squid Face?
Allow me to show you what is behind my candelabra. That's a reference to the Liberace movie.
I'm still technically married.
Let me have you sniff these smelling salts. Once again,
Wow.
reference to the movie.
I've
Starring,
never seen it.
is it Mark Wahlberg and that other fucking guy? I don't know. I like biopic movies of fucked up people. They're enjoyable.
Fair.
Anyway, it steps out and floating, you yell something out at it, and it responds in your head. Farbauti, Snaggle, Jason, you all hear it loud and clear. Now, Sweeney and Gadsby, it's more like a whisper. Like someone's like on the far side of the lake, like yelling out at you. You can hear it. It's distant, it's small, but you can hear it. You are not the same as what I felt before. Are you friends with the slippery one?
Well, let's see if you and I are thinking of the same slipper one, and I'll think of all the different like fornication experiences I've had. Just because the whole intent of this is to just mess with them.
Yeah,
So,
just
since I know he's
overload
reading
them.
my mind, I'll just think of like every really dirty raw encounter I've ever had. Is that what you mean? Just want to make sure we're on the same page.
It's certainly slippery. The scent is not what I would have expected. Tell me,
Right.
what was the mustard for?
Hey, it's kind of one of those why not things.
I will remember this. So, you have slain our guards. You have made entryway. You are obviously not one of the thralls belonging to those in the lake. What brings you to our doorstep? And now,
I
Sweeney
mean,
and
it's a long
Gadsby,
story.
this guy, like, you're flanked on either side of this mind flare. So, like, each of you are maybe like 10, 15 feet away, hiding in shadows. It's unaware of you. At least it seems so at this point. Anyway, continue Farbauti.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't even really know anymore. Like, there used to be this whole quest, people being kidnapped and some lady taken. And now at this point, I've been gone so long, I'm pretty sure if I go back to the surface, my son is going to kill me. And, it's easier to just keep going forward. And, most of your kind are pretty much assholes. And it doesn't really make us feel very guilty to fight you. It's just kind of the path of least resistance,
It was at least an honest answer.
And there's been a lot of money in it too, so.
That is fair. Material wealth brings great joy.
Yeah.
So, I know of the magic users from the surface being kidnapped and brought down. I know where they were taken. I know what their designs are. I believe that we could help each other.
Well, that's interesting.
Mhm.
I hope you forgive me for saying this. Is there a reason why I should trust you outside of the fact that you're dressed all super fancy?
Oh, because we want the same thing. We want
Which is
to destroy the Shaboth.
Let's pretend I'm not as smart as I look and I don't know what a Shabbath is.
I don't know if I can lower myself that far down, but I shall try. Are you familiar with an aboleth? Ancient creatures existing out of time, existing before the gods created everything you see around you. Eternal knowledge, deep sea dwelling, big catfish with lots of tentacles.
Oh, that doesn't sound any good.
They do mind control. Similar to us, but different.
All right.
They want revenge. We want to control everything.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand that.
They want revenge on everything created by the gods.
So, have the other squid faces been working for it unknowingly or knowingly?
Oh, knowingly. Quite knowingly.
Okay.
They chose what they see is the winning team. Gotta get it. There's a fart on my forehead. Who did that? I bet it's Cat. It is Cat. My brethren, as you might call them, work for them willingly, viewing the aboleth's plan as absolute. Their intention is to rule alongside the aboleth, or if not rule alongside, serve in positions very high in the new order.
Right.
We don't want to serve anyone except ourselves. If the aboleths succeed, they will enslave everyone within hundreds of miles, if not thousands, to do their bidding.
But I've gone running all this way not to get tied to being enslaved to doing somebody else's bidding.
Well, you've ran right into the heart of the beast. Now you must strike it to ensure
Right.
your
It's
freedom.
either marry it or kill it. Understood.
I don't think anyone has ever tried marrying an aboleth. Then again, I don't think they would be for it. Mainly because you and I were created by the gods, and they want to kill everything created by the gods.
You all were... I always thought you weren't. I thought you were part of the whole,
It's a different part, an older part.
Okay.
Our deity, and hang on, I just actually looked this up. The Illithids do have a deity that they pray to.
I never knew you squid faces had a deity.
Yeah.
And here we are. We are coming around and talking about our Lord and Savior. Who knew?
I'm just going to put it in
Kirby.
Twitch chat because I ain't going to
Kirby.
pronounce that.
I mean, he's pink and he eats stuff.
That's true.
Manzacati.
Manzacati, the Illithid deity of secret knowledge.
Also cannoli rolls.
Cannoli rolls. Also secret and forbidden.
I don't know. And I like Farbauti's pretty easily swayed. He's not the smartest guy. So he'll just like shrug his shoulders and look around.
Who are you looking around at?
I mean, I don't know where Team Sneak is.
Okay,
but...
so just Jason and Snaggle?
Yeah, Snaggle's like,
Snaggle's like, fuck them bastards that kidnapped me.
Yeah.
They... shaved me in embarrassing ways.
Ooh, yeah.
I only got 2 years of growth on parts of my beard.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm inclined to find out where all this bullshit's coming from. And then maybe he can point out where we can kill the maximum number of these other squid fight. You're fine if we kill the other ones, right?
I don't care.
Because, okay. You see, he's one of the good ones. We can kill all the rest.
Well, me and the rest of my group here.
But I mean, good as in like self-serving in a way that's mutually beneficial.
Why are we having a conversation in the hallway? Why don't you go and retrieve your friends, return, and we'll be through this passage here, waiting for you. He's got a name for this chamber. Hang on. Oh, in the Grand
Or why
Cavern.
don't you come outside with us?
No.
That's the thing, it's just kind of a mutually assured distrust sort of thing. We were trying to make sure there were people ready to murder you in case this went poorly. It's nothing personal,
I can hear the whispers of another in the area. But I assure you, we will not kill you if you come inside. You have my word. I promise to you. As well, we can feed you.
What kind of food you got?
I believe, and hang on a second. He kind of...
If it's anything remotely appetizing, Farbauti agrees.
Okay. It takes a second. He's like, how do you feel about short ribs?
Oh, we've eaten a lot of fucking pork. But
Are they pork short ribs or beef short ribs?
They're long pork.
Fuck it.
Gatsby walks out of the shadows and starts putting a bib on.
Yeah.
There you are, little one. Oh, you're the one I smelled before. I think you and I might be able to do business in the future.
Ooh.
Anyway. Yes.
You hear that? We're fine. There's going to be a future. They're not going to kill us right away. They're at least going to feed us first. Let's go. Come on.
Go get your friends. Come on in. It's fine.
Fair enough. And Sweeney is going to try to sneak back towards the entrance and look like he's coming in with the others.
You had a 27 on your stealth. You're invisible. Not a problem. So,
not tipping my hat that I'm invisible.
Yeah.
Or that I have the capacity for it.
eventually, Pitchfork, Sweeney comes out and retrieves the rest of you.
But he said it was long pork, and I don't eat other people. As the only human in this party.
Maybe they
But
have
it's
some elves.
delicious.
Maybe they've got some elves. But how would you feel about eating elves?
No, I don't eat other people like things.
What's
Maybe-
wrong with you?
Yes.
This
Yes.
is an underground ocean sea thing. Maybe there's clams.
He only
Long-
likes the
long
bearded
clams.
ones.
We could have clam strips. Big clam strips.
Like I said, long.
Honestly, Wizard, I have no idea what's wrong with you. I mean, it's the best flavor. You can taste the intellect. Come on.
Maybe I've just eaten stupid people. I don't know. I've
That's
never
probably
noticed
it.
the taste of
You know,
intellect.
Badly prepared humans that are dumb, not so good. They're a little gristly. I can understand it.
You don't want them peasants.
But yeah, they're the worst.
You want a good office worker.
Now you want a
Oh, no.
noble if you can get them because they
Right.
just stuff themselves with all the best foods. And their
Mhm.
livers and their organs
So
are all swollen
rich.
and juicy. It's great.
It's
But you
almost
taste
creamy.
the dumb. There's the lack of intellect there.
Oh yeah, and the inbreeding does cause some, extraneous bits now and then.
It's like eating sour candies.
Hmm.
Anyway, you all head back in.
Show.
Dahmer delights. That's perfect.
Oh.
As you
Case
make
in
it,
point, I'm
Yeah.
a halfling. A human is not the same species, therefore not cannibalism.
not
Exactly
cannibalism.
right.
You're taken to this large, as you enter in this, it's like this large cathedral that they've got made in this cave. Lights everywhere. They've got all the pews moved to the side and like a fairly large feasting table set up. and you can see different cuts of meats, mushrooms, like maybe some fish, like cooked up. And at the far end of the table, at this huge, like intricate golden throne of a chair, in front of it, you can see that there is a human strapped down to the table, just basic coverings on, with their head on a plate right in front of this golden throne.
Like the pig on a platter sort of thing.
Yeah. The person, like, he's kicking around, he's gagged, look of terror in his face. But as you enter, you can see this one that you were talking to is standing by the head of the table. You look around and you see there's maybe another dozen mind flayers, like up in the stadium seat. I don't know what you call that shit in the church, but the up high seating.
The nosebleed section.
The nosebleed section. Up there looking around. You can see kind of in the dark corners more of those hideous giant creatures. Maybe like another 6 of them. So you are fairly outnumbered here. Nothing's making moves towards you.
That's why I didn't want to come here.
Illithids up in the seats are setting, watching, as the Illithid that you originally talked to, he gestures for you all to take a seat. As you see, there is an elf that walks out of the shadow, very roguelike, and another Illithid kind of floats down, and they all take seats at the table. Like, please set. We will do introductions. We will eat.
There's a lot of you.
Yes, that is. Anyway, I am Epsheisen. Here is my second in command, pointing to the Illithid. Billy Cunt. And this here, pointing towards the elf thief, Shazariti. Listen, I'm taking these names right from the book.
No.
I am pacing it exactly how it is
No,
Uh-huh.
in
Billy
Twitch chat.
Cunt.
Billy Cunt.
I'm saying it exactly how it's spelled.
Oh.
Epsheisen, Billy Cunt, and Shazariti.
Okay. That sounds like, okay, the first one's a shit reference, another cunt reference. And that was like, I must just be missing the third one.
Listen,
Shit.
I assumed it was gonna turn into a shart reference.
anyway, he offers you, please sit down, eat. We will discuss the terms of our partnership. If you have questions, feel free to ask, and I will gladly answer them.
So they have a pretty sizable force then.
Yeah,
yes?
like I said, like a dozen
Okay.
mind flayers up there, and at least 6 of those Fomorian guards.
We'd be hard pressed to kill them all right in this
Yeah.
situation.
Well, and if we all hate the same fuckers, it'd be a shame to waste a bunch of manpower on that. Like,
Yeah. I guess I'm just curious, what do you think the few of us could change the outcome of things?
Oh, that's an easy one. You are an unknown force. We, sadly, and I have listened, I have heard tales of your exploits. I thought you were slain when you disappeared for a few years, but then you returned.
That was a big brain move, wasn't it?
You defeated the Darrow. You made friends with the Rockseers and the Sverfneblin. You've destroyed many enemies on your path here. as you said, gathered much material wealth.
We haven't left a lot of survivors. Where did you hear all this?
I am a priest. My spies returned some of the dead.
Oh, did the dead leave us good reviews? I've always wondered.
The dead left you. It depends on what form of good you're looking for. Good as in these were nice, lovely people who...
No. Like we were efficient killers. The pain and suffering only
Yes.
lasted so long.
Those reviews, 5 stars across the board.
I was just minding my business and I got the lightning storm showed up in a cave and I died.
You even... There's a rustle on my face. You even established a new monarch amongst the Quaggoths.
We did.
We did. Yeah, I guess we forgot about that.
Hope
but
he's
we
doing
did.
okay.
Beer courier
Oh.
number 1.
His litter is great. He's doing well.
The question is does he hate us for the great turn in life we gave him?
I honestly, for the first, we've watched that closely. For about the first 6 months, he did not seem like he was doing well. And then it seems like he really embraced his potential, slayed all the other males in the clan, and took every Quaggoth there as his wife. And now the next generation is born all unto him.
Maybe we made a mistake?
No, this can't backfire
No.
on us at all.
Right.
No, that's never happened.
We make good choices.
Always.
Yes.
The incest is the next generation's problem, not ours.
That is true. That is very true.
You know, they might be immune to it. We don't know.
It's a good point.
I am very familiar with the genealogy of the Quaggoths, seeing as they used to belong to us. And trust me, there's no damage that you can do to that genetic tree that we already have not done.
Oh.
All right, then.
So we just added an interesting and fun twist to your science experiment.
In fact, you actually introduced a sizable amount of fresh genetic material.
Hey.
Hooray. We're helping.
For science.
For
For science.
Anyway,
We're scientists.
Gotcha. So we're an unknown component and we're batshit crazy and they know what you want to do. So we're Team Chaos and your team come in and scoop up their remains while we fuck things up.
well, ideally, your team frontline and we're team follow behind for assistance and long-range support.
Right. Team cannon fodder. We've been called worse.
It's kind of what we were going to do anyway. So
Yeah.
suppose it calls into question like the quality of information you can provide to point us to do maximal damage.
Yes.
Hey, if these aboleth thingies, do they do the mind fuckery?
Oh.
And if so, can you keep that from happening?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's an important question. Like,
is a
is it
good
already
question.
happening to us right now?
To you it is, and he points to Farbauti. I definitely sense a strong touch of them upon you. It's probably that trinket you've been using.
Oh yeah, this thing's fucking hilarious.
Hilarious, but with each use, it breaks down your will farther and farther against their influence.
Wait, when I make other people do shit with it, it fucks me.
It does. Not actively, but your friends will be far less susceptible to their influences than you will be. Or far more. Far less. That was the right way.
Can we get him like a tinfoil hat to fix that?
Oh man, you were a lot of fun while it lasted.
So,
It's
I'll
still
tell you
worth
what.
it, but I'm not using you no more.
I think that would be quite wise. Here's what we're willing to do. We will give you, well, first off, just as a show of good faith, I will give you this. And many good illithids died for this information.
So hopefully it's not money for plans to the Death Star.
No, plans to a boffin factory. Make boffin cookies.
There you go. No, it is a map of the Shaboth.
Oh.
I can only gather so much information because they are rather good at protection against scrying, as well as guards. They have a decent range of sense for invisibility. So, that is yours to do with as you will. It's all in cursive, so let's hope you're a graduate of the high school before the mid-2000s.
The what?
Yes.
It's in the secret script called cursive.
Yes. So,
You
I will
do you
offer
get
you
fucking
that.
cursed for reading this? Is that what you're saying?
yes, that's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
it.
Well, then I'm not doing it.
Oh my
Can't
gosh.
fool me.
So,
So smart.
what we want is easy. We want you to go in there and fuck that shit up. We will provide you knowledge and we will provide you reinforcements. What they are doing is, and let me check my notes to make sure I don't fuck this up, building a tower of domination. Not the fun
Nice.
kind.
Not nice.
Not nice. However, it is not a single building, rather a complex of 5 different magical towers in the center. Each of them generates a particular field of magical power. The Aboleth are working to fuse the fields together to generate a transcendent effect. This is rather difficult for them, but they are making progress. Mainly 2 of the fields are in direct opposition. The field of enchantment and the field of necromancy. They're close, though. The field generated by each tower is strengthened with every sacrifice they complete of spell weavers and magical using creatures who specialize in that particular field of magic. This includes your kin and mine.
So that's why they took all the different spellcasters, because they
That
needed to
is
spread it around.
exactly
Yeah.
it. Each of the...
Have they made with the food yet?
Oh, there's food out on this table, man. You can absolutely dig in.
Getting right to the important stuff
Yeah,
there.
I mean, there
Yeah.
is pork,
Zero.
fish, mushrooms, other assorted veggies.
Oh,
Cooked fairly well.
fish and veggies. I'll take that. Is there a way to, I don't know, somehow release the slaves so that they could, I don't know, fight on
Well-
our behalf?
Oh, I did not think about that angle. I know that releasing the slaves, either A, you have to generate some kind of field to negate the domination asserted by the Aboleth, which is strengthened by the tower, along with the other illithids working there. Or you slay the Aboleths, and then you just have to contend with the other mind flayers.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do to protect our brains
Oh.
against them.
That was a question. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what. We would be willing to help you with that. We could come up with something. We will need a little time.
Okay.
So,
Is it the tinfoil hats I mentioned? Because we could just...
it is not. No.
Hey, Pitchfork. I don't know how magic works, but I'm just spitballing ideas.
I'd
Sure,
argue I don't know how magic works either,
That's
but go
great.
ahead.
That means we can make a poorly informed choice.
I like
Would there be a
those.
way that we could, I don't know, like use that, because we got the amulet that Farbauti has, and we had another one.
You did have
I
to.
gave
Would
that
there be a
one
way
away,
that we
I
could
think.
Oh.
like backdoor that. You know what I mean? Like use it to like I don't know, somehow disable their thing.
Like do some catfish pegging.
Like go the other
Yeah.
direction with it.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a magical term.
yeah. Like reversing the fields. I don't know.
So Dan,
Yeah.
go
We're
ahead and
gonna
give me.
we're gonna turn the amulet upside down.
Oh, is that what all it is? Dan,
That's all it is.
And
Pitchfork, if you want to try and figure out an answer, I'll tell you what, roll me an intelligence test plus your caster level.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. I'm just gonna roll it and then.
Well, you're in private.
Oh
Yeah.
I am. Can I make it just public?
Just right click on it.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, it's not a good roll. Plus my caster level makes it a 13.
We do have
Okay.
rerolls and fleeting luck.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's important enough to use one for that.
I'm willing to throw some luck on it.
No. Do we want to re-roll it first then? Because I rolled a
Sure.
6,
Sure.
which is almost as good as I can roll on any given day.
All right. We've got one banked reroll left.
Look at that. I turned
doubled
it
it.
into a 19.
All right. I'll see if I throw.
I'll tell you
let's
what.
see, 19,
If you could get this to a 24.
24.
Well, that's a lot more doable now
That's
than
easier,
it was
yeah.
before.
I'll spend 3 points of luck. That'll raise it to a 25.
All right. You clear it. Give me a second here. So, yeah, you think it's doable, Pitchfork. It's not, it's going to have kind of the same kind of range as what the amulet would have now. And mainly what it would do is it could just, when activated, could break the enthrallment of all those within range, say like 100 feet.
That seems
We can
probably
shove a
fine.
lot of people into a 100-foot radius.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Even
No.
more if they're not in one piece.
It's a little more
I think we want them in one
efficient.
piece, though, Gatsby.
Yeah, I mean, after they're not in
You've
one
got a bit
piece.
of people dripping out of your
Okay.
mouth there. You wanna?
Well, this one might have had some good thoughts. I mean, taste that flavor.
Oh, and while you're all having this conversation, your illithid friend has definitely crunched into the top of this dude's head on the table and is just slurping out brain juice.
Let's get this out of the way right now. There ain't nothing in this brain that'll taste good to you. I completely swear to you, this is the case.
I believe you.
You've already tasted the good stuff from mine.
Let's see. I'll tell you, so Pitchfork, you would know that to kind of rework this, you would need essentially the blood, the life essence of creatures that are similar in quality of the aboleth.
Mm.
Now, your first thought
Catfish.
as you're looking at this and you gaze up, it lands firmly at the mind flayers.
Yeah, you guys all want to bleed on this a little bit?
Now, it's going to be a little more than just bleeding. Something is going to have to die for it.
Mm.
Well, if one thing's got to die, then I might as well borrow some stamina from him first, and then.
Now, the other fun thing is you are surrounded in a room with mind flayers who suddenly look. They pick up what you're thinking down. And your friend there at the head of the table, Ipshizen, If you're looking for aboleth adjacent creatures to sacrifice to that, may I recommend, let me make sure I say the right word, Ixan. Ixan. They're great fish-like creatures with these large wings. Are you familiar with a manta ray or a stingray of the surface world?
We killed a couple of those.
Well, then you're familiar with them. They have a
A little chewy.
stronghold here on the sea. You could go and sacrifice as many of them as needed.
Yeah, but see, this is like, once again, you're just kind of hoisting your work on to us.
But
This was your idea. I told you I would help you come up with a way to protect yourselves from the aboleth. Or if I
And I
was
will
going
say-
to, you interrupted me before I could finish that sentence.
Okay. Sure.
I mean, they might have a way to do something to help protect us against the thing, but they would need some time. We could go and get that. So we could have something that we're working on from our side. They could do whatever the fuck it is they're thinking to do from their side.
Yes,
And us doing this gives them time to do that.
absolutely.
And I really want to make like some sort of stew out of those fuckers. I'm
I
just
don't
curious.
eat that kind of food, but Shazaridi here, you've surely eaten it in this dark elf rogue woman. She's like, I've eaten them before. I prefer them grilled.
But you do eat them.
I've eaten them, yes. I certainly don't eat brains, and every now and then when I do not want to eat Darrow or human or the fucking monstrosities at the other side of the cavern, I'll go fishing.
What are the other monstrosities? Are they not those guys? This will point at the
Oh.
other guard things.
No. This is the main mind flare. The
There's other
monstrosities,
monstrosities.
as you call them, I like to call them the broken ones, were the Fomorians' predecessors. Before we found a healthy, thriving village of Fomorians to take into our service, the Broken Ones served as our guards and servants.
And they're worse than those.
Worse is, yes, subjective. They are fierce, they are terrifying, they are nowhere near as strong or as intelligent as the Fomorians. But if you like half-bestial monstrosities that have wandered the Underdark for generations, then the Broken Ones may be your cup of tea.
I don't really like anything down here. No offense.
That's fine.
I have a completely random question.
Yes.
What are the seasonings like
What seasonings?
on the food?
He turns to Shazarita.
Lemon pepper people, right?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. They probably wouldn't have lemons, basil, oregano.
She would
Gatsby
confirm.
has a
Oh, go
has a
ahead.
bottle of hot sauce he carries around with him for this occasion.
You pull-
Sriracha. Sriracha
pull
makes
that-
everything delicious.
You pull that bottle of hot sauce out, and Shazarita's eyes narrow, hard, and fierce on that bottle of hot sauce. Gadsby, you know a deep fucking want to steal something when you see it. But no, she
I
would.
will acknowledge her look, and I say, "I'll leave the bottle once I'm done. My treat to you."
She gives you a very healthy nod and a wink. No, she would go through and explain it was nothing but sentient basil plants. Just because Joe's watching, never mind.
Yeah. He's like, not basil.
No, she explains, like, she's an elf. She's lived an extremely long time, spent the majority of her life on the surface. And in the few centuries that she's existed in the Underdark, she has done a decent job of finding substitutes for seasonings. Like if you want lemon, sadly there is no lemon. But if you get the blind cave worms and you manage to dig out their spleens, the acids in there do work well for a lemon. And yeah, she just kind of goes through this long laundry list of all the fucked up things she's eaten in a quest to find decent replacements for the seasoning from the surface.
See what you gotta do, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so Ipsheisen kind of redirects back to business. So I've given you the map, gesture of goodwill. We will help you in the assault. We will provide backup and support where we can. You will be the front line of the assault. And I want you all to understand that the fortress is well guarded and well protected. It will take more than one attack to finish the job. It will be hit and run, guerrilla style tactics to get all 5.
We're usually just like a one and done kind of thing.
Those tactics will probably not serve you here.
How big are the towers? Like how tall?
Let's see. I don't know if I have that exact answer. Let's take a look. He would easily say they're big, like each one hundreds of feet.
Huge, even.
Huge.
All right, I have an idea to discuss with the pitchfork when we leave.
Okay.
Any magic that might help us out? Potions, things that would heal, explosives would be nice.
Sadly, no. We will find a way to help protect you from the effects of the aboleth. What we will want you to do in the meantime, well, first, we will want you to gain as much knowledge as you can, spy, scry, do whatever you can to stack the deck in your favor. If you need to recruit other factions, so be it. That will be your task. Get the components you need, Pitchfork, to reverse engineer the medallion.
Fuck me.
We will find a way to grant you all protection. And during that time, we expect you to grow. The attack must happen soon, but soon is relative, because an ill-prepared attack that happens quickly does no good. There are other groups here that you could test your blades against to build your strength, build alliances with. There's an ancient tomb to the southwest of here that you may look at for treasures of magical power. We have one requirement, though, and this is a hard requirement. We will not work with the desperate of Merilith. I don't care if you strike a deal with them, but we will not be involved with them whatsoever.
Who are the desperate of Merilith?
Devils.
Oh,
Yeah,
Spawned directly from the plains of the Nine Hells.
Oh, that was on the map. Okay.
Ooh, those are the ones who do contracts, right?
They do contracts. That is
Oh,
We can
yeah.
barely
My
read, it's
fourth
fine.
wife
I
had
don't
one
like
for her
legal.
attorney. Fucking hated the guy.
So,
No, we kill lawyers.
Yeah.
on the map, I've got 3 numbers that are going to show up for you. Actually, let me go ahead and let me give you 4 numbers. 5 numbers? I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 numbers.
oh my.
And let's go ahead and get the 6. You are at 25. That is the renegade, we're going to call them the renegade mind flayers. He points out 24. Those are the desperate of Merilith. Devils here on the plain for some infernal task. We'll have nothing to do with them.
That's fair.
If you work with them, fine. If you expect us to assault the Shabbath with them shoulder to shoulder, we will not.
But if we killed them,
That would be a great way to test the strength of your sword and improve yourselves.
Or we could just convince them to go launching themselves at something while we coordinate a different mission.
That is
Yeah,
fine.
but
as
they'd
well.
want a contract. It's just a pain in the butt.
Oh God, I fucking hate contracts.
yeah.
I always write them in fucking cursive.
They do.
Who can read that shit?
I can, but I'm not surprised that you cannot.
I don't believe in it.
Next is marked on
That's
the map.
okay, Farbauti. The written word believes in you.
Well, that makes me feel better.
Good.
Wait a minute. When did the written word gain free will?
When did it
I'll
get
fucking
sentience?
kill the written word.
It's
That's
just
Put it
a
on the list.
Yeah.
Where's its room in this cave?
My new
We'll go
quest is
kill
to
it
kill
too.
language.
Next up, he'll point out, kind of on the map here that you see, 23. That is the fire rifts. Dangerous, hot, and the reason why this sunless sea is so warm. But there is known to be a clan of fire giants that frequent it. Maybe be a great place to cut your steel or muscle to recruit. 22
About each other.
is a Darrow lair. And these are the Darrow that were released from the Aboleth service. For their madness is moved beyond a point of reason or reality.
So they're crazy like us.
You do not hold a candle to them in that sense. If, once again, a great place to build your strength.
Just saying, we did fake our own deaths for like 3 years.
That is true. But
We ate nothing but pork and gold.
have you heard of a toe hat?
Not recently.
It is a coming of age ritual there upon those Darrow. Where once a Darrow has grown a beard, they remove their toe skin and spend a year stretching it into their own hats. Can you counter that level of madness?
I mean, we had enough time. Could have done it just
With
'cause we were
enough
bored.
alcohol and a good night, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
we
then you
could've
may
just done
be
it 'cause
able to
we're
find
bored.
allies there. 26 to the southwest. That is the ancient crypt I mentioned to you. Recently, I have heard rumors of something has taken up residence there, but if you look for items to aid you in your fight, it may be a good place. And finally, 29, upon the sea itself. That is that fucking thing I was telling you about.
I figured.
Yeah, our reverse magic
Yes,
thing. Yeah.
that is it exactly. I forget what it's fucking called. Extens Tower Pyramid.
Manta Ray Beach.
Manta Ray Beach. That is their dwelling place. A lot of the non-magical users who are being brought down to be enthralled are taken there first for their conditioning.
Just to feed them.
No,
Probably-
the Aboleth do not eat brains, neither do the Ixen.
Hmm.
If you are going to make it out there, you will probably need a boat.
Yeah.
And sadly, the mushroom growth in the area does not float. Wildly
Have
porous.
to have a boat.
I mean, if you have another way to get over there,
It's just a long ways out, isn't it?
it is. Each one of those hexes
I keep
is
forgetting
5
this is miles. Yeah, I keep forgetting it's miles.
Well, Shazarita there, when she goes out to spy on the Shabowith for us, she has the ability to cast invisibility and flight upon herself. But I probably imagine not all of you have the ability to cast flight upon yourselves.
And none of us do.
Again,
actually,
with
but
enough alcohol.
Very well.
technically, none of us do. That doesn't mean we don't know how to do it.
But you know,
Whatever that means.
we could probably fetch materials from up above.
Yeah, don't we have a king that we can easily schmooze for gold? Well, I mean, not that we're lacking in gold, but, you know, it's good to use other people's gold for this sort of thing.
Once again, however long you need to take. If it is tomorrow, that would be rash. And if it was a month, that's questionable. A year, that would be plenty of preparation time. Longer, we run the risk of them completing their task.
So we
So
got to
not
go
that-
and, you know, slap the sides of beef for a year or so is what you're saying? Like,
Give
get
or
our,
take.
our pugilistic skills up there. And
That's-
I don't know. I think we should learn something like demolitions in that time or something so we can break down those towers easier. I mean, big boom, boom. That would certainly help things.
That would
Maybe
very
like
much
a
help.
large set of stairs that we can climb up and jump
If
around on
you
top of.
are wanting to learn demolitions, I've heard the Sverfneblin are mighty fine
That is true.
miners of the earth. I will warn you, though.
So
29, the pyramid, is directly in... They work directly for the aboleths at the Shabowith. Any assault on that will certainly set the Shabowith on higher alerts.
So the columns, are they like just solid and they're concentrating the magical energy?
Each one consists of a particular crystalline element, which helps
Okay.
funnel that specific energy from that school of magic.
Okay. So they're a solid structure. Got it. Interesting.
I believe they're solid. We cannot get close enough to confirm that entirely. As I said, they have a strong watch, protection against scrying, the ability to detect invisibility.
And they're not affixed to the roof of this.
They are not, no.
Okay.
The city, the Shabowith itself, the city is a large floating mass that is...
Like the trash island in the ocean.
It's an artificial island created by the aboleths that floats through a series of pumps and bladders.
Oh, so we just need to sink the city like we did the other city in reverse.
All sinking the city will do is kill the enthralled creatures that dwell there.
Is that not an inconvenience?
The aboleth that are moving forward with the work, and their servants, the Ixen, they are aquatic creatures. You
Yeah.
may delay them, but it will not stop them. And then that also puts an ocean between you and your targets.
Just plugging holes seems to be about the only good my magic is.
The master of you can't go there.
That's right.
Anyway, so do we have a deal?
I mean, it's kind of what we were gonna do anyways. So
Yeah.
Doing
Well,
it-
to be
kinda
fair,
have
we
some
would have just
backup.
ran out to do it right after talking to you. But I think we could do the slow burn, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. For Bowdy, you think you can control yourself that long?
well, I mean, he mentioned there was one spot that probably has more magical loot, and I do love treasure.
Well, we're distinctly lacking in the ability to heal ourselves. I look at our cleric,
And
just stare
hey,
Oh,
daggers.
you
at
can't
him.
even look at the
yeah.
clerk. He's still in the magical mansion.
Just
Yeah.
gaze in
And,
the direction of.
He can't
yes,
get down the
you know.
stairs.
yeah.
Hmm.
Farbauti, fire giants, you might have a chance to be a fire giant king or have a fire giant
White.
lover.
Yeah.
I mean,
This could be a new horizon for you.
I wouldn't set you up with a broken one. That sounds like it'd be unpleasant, but
Right. The only way to defend myself against my old child is to spawn new ones that are even bigger. Because
right.
bigger is better.
it's right.
Bigger, stronger, angrier.
Angrier.
I'm
So-
not against it. I like all of these ideas, except for the devils. I don't really want to spend any
No,
time
we-
with
we-
them.
We
Neither
can,
do
we can. I'm fine with going in.
Kill them, ignore
Oh.
them.
Organ.
Those would be my preferences.
It's fair.
One of those is right up our wheelhouse. The other one less
Mhm.
so.
Yeah.
And who
Can
knows?
you guess which ones?
Devils do have a knack for obtaining rather fanciful treasures and equipment to assist them.
Yeah, but that's like cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless they take gold, then we don't really care.
That is not what I was getting at. I wasn't saying trade with them. I was saying murder the fuck out of them and steal their shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we speak murder.
Yeah,
Yes.
we always come up with like a really great idea about how to do something, and then it's murder anyways.
I would
So,
skip
you know,
straight to the murder with the
Just
devils.
jeez, we always try to give it a try at least.
Your
Not here.
diary. Today I was
You-
on the same page as the squid face. Who knew?
Who knew? How did we get here? Anyway, Ipscheisen stands up and walks over to the section of the table next to the Pitchfork and Sweeney.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's you two that will make this promise of mutual aid.
Why the two of us?
Good question.
Because I have looked in your minds, and your sneaky friend Gadsby is an extremely chaotic little fuck.
Smile when you say that.
I don't have a mouth that moves that
I know.
direction.
I know when you're smiling.
Oh, very
Did
well.
you make your tentacles do like a curly mustache as a
It
smile?
moves two
Okay.
tentacles up like a big handlebar mustache.
Delightful. We've taught them how to smile.
Good job, us.
Well,
We've made
yes.
progress today.
progress, yes. And your friend Farbauti, he is rather self-interested in his exploits.
It's true.
Well,
That's
you
what we
two,
like about him.
looking at your minds, your auras, your character sheet are listed as lawful. And I know, as one lawful creature to another, that if I make this promise with the two of you, you will do your best to fulfill it truthfully and honestly.
Yeah.
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 I guess, maybe this is a dumb question to ask this far on the deal, but there's like no negative consequences in this deal for us, right? Like we haven't talked about any that I can think of.
I mean,
Our deal is very cut and dry.
yeah. There's always
Like you guys, it's like the lobster Jesus helps those who help themselves.
No, we will offer you exactly what we have laid out today. We will find a way to protect you from the aboleth's control. Yes.
and do we have your guarantees that when this is all done, we get to leave with the captured slaves from the surface? We get to take them back with us. Can we agree to that?
Like, we're not going to be like under your control
Yeah.
via your help or some.
Like, we're not going to send people
anything
down
like that.
here to harass you. You can do your thing, and we'll go back
If
to
that
doing our
is
thing.
a stipulation you wish to apply to the deal, then I will
Yeah.
gladly agree to it. Once the Shabowith is destroyed, we will allow you and any who accompany you to leave freely, and we will not hunt you, harass you, or do anything to cause you misfortune, harm, death, or inconvenience.
We're in discomfort, and you got a deal.
Or the discomfort will come after we agree to the deal, because the agreement of the deal does have a slight amount of discomfort.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in a few hours when this makes its way through my bowels.
No, I mean, we got bidets for that, but
Oh, it's been so long since I've had a bidet.
well,
Even a
maybe,
mind flayer poops.
maybe someday you could come check it out and you can enjoy the gold wash.
I would enjoy that very much.
It's literally gold.
So, just to put it out on the table again, what we provide is the map that we've already given you, the information that we have provided you, protection from the dominance of the aboleths, and then finally we will provide you backup and reinforcement during your assaults on the Shabowith. What you will provide is the frontline assault. What you do to prepare yourselves for the frontline assault is your business. I will let you know that if we feel that you have not done enough, we will not reinforce you.
That seems fair.
Fair
Like, you know, like I said earlier, help those who help themselves, right?
So,
This sounds biblical.
Very
It works
much
for me. Shit, we can go off, do a few missions, get ourselves all cranked up, maybe come back here, break bread, eat some more of this great fucking food.
Please no more ham. Or people.
whenever you need to find respite or recovery, you are welcome to return, and you and your followers will be safe. So,
Fair enough.
is this a deal?
It sounds reasonable. So
Yeah,
now
Come on, guys,
there's the
how can we pass up a host that's provided such a spread? Pass the eyeballs there, Sweeney. Thank you.
now for the
They're like
discomfort.
roasted tomatoes.
They
So,
pop, you eat them.
Pitchfork,
It just burst in
Sweeney,
your mouth. It just.
will you please come and stand next to me? And he pulls out a
Yeah.
chair and asks Sweeney, please stand on this, so we're all about the same height.
All right.
Can one of us go before the other one does?
This is the three of us at the same time.
All right. Just be prepared to kill me, Farbauti.
This is a binding promise in Mind Flayer Society.
Mm-hmm.
It is a promise of respect. It has no ill consequences, no magical binding. Yes,
Do you have a wife?
I do not.
Okay, then we're good.
So can we make a personality test to see if he's trying to hold something back about what's about to happen?
Absolutely, you can. Absolutely. I've been waiting for someone to ask that all evening.
We're unnaturally trusting tonight or something.
I'm lawful.
You feed my belly. I have few questions.
Yeah.
What do you want? Personality,
Personality
or
test, man.
intelligence? Personality.
Personality. If you're wanting to figure out,
Nah, the food was too good. I don't care.
we got one banked reroll left if you want to try it.
Let's see how anyone else does first.
Anyone else throwing out?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been
Sure.
like. What do you need?
12.
Personality?
Personality.
I did
Personality,
real
and I'm
good.
shooting for 12.
Yeah, wow.
Is anyone fucking around with those dice rolls?
Yeah, I'll spend 3 luck.
Okay.
Bump mine to a 12.
Yeah. So Sweeney, you definitely get the impression that he is being truthful with you.
Okay.
He is not trying to like actively deceive you. He's not trying to tell you lies. He is definitely trying to, he wants the Shabowith destroyed, but he also doesn't want him or his group here to take the brunt of the casualties. So his goal
No,
here,
we got that.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty plain to see. Yeah.
his goal here is very simply, he wants you to succeed so that way you can die defeating this and he doesn't have to.
That's fair.
No, that's completely fair.
I mean, we're going to
mean-
disappoint him by not dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was quite literally our plan from the start, with or without him.
Okay. With that, the three of you are kind of standing in a triangle.
Plan.
So like you're all facing inwards towards each other.
So is this the part where I take off my pants or not?
No, that is a different ceremony. And trust me, your member does not have the dexterity that mine does to complete that.
That is true.
Tentacle, my friend.
Yes.
No, I don't.
He
I don't got
grabs each of you, your closest wrists, and he holds them up. Please extend your pinkies like you're drinking a fancy cup of tea. Now, this is just for Pitchfork and Sweeney. And he
that.
inserts
He's doing it anyway.
one of your pinkies into each of its like little nostrils on the sides of its face. And as it does so, a tentacle snakes up into each of you, one of your nostrils. And on these words, on the count of 3, say, I solemnly swear it will be honored. 1, 2, 3.
I
solemnly swear that it shall be honored.
done. Honored.
We're bad at this.
Good enough. He removes your pinkies from his nostrils,
Oh,
removes his tentacles from the back of your sinus cavities.
oh,
Very well.
I can breathe.
You've all got work to do, and so do we.
All right.
I would recommend finding a way to transport yourselves across the sunless sea as well.
Yeah.
A boat, whether you bring one from the surface or find one to claim as your own down here.
I really do want to go back up to the surface.
Yeah, but it does occur to me that we might have some people that might be willing to come and join us on this stupid quest.
Now, he does have spies, he said. Maybe he can tell you about your family.
Well, he's got a deity. I don't know.
The orcs. You know,
Yeah, that's what I was
he
thinking.
knew about the all the other incredibly great
Mhm.
decisions we made so far.
Sadly, the orcs are slightly too close to the surface.
Hmm.
In fact, they basically are in the surface.
Yeah.
Probably running the ranches by now.
Probably are the surface.
Could not tell you.
We should probably check in on that because maybe, I don't know.
I think it's best to just
Support.
leave it be, I find that sometimes once things reach a certain threshold, you just kind of move on. You
know
don't
what?
resolve the problems
Maybe
that you've
it's been,
created.
maybe now it's just a lot of half orcs.
Yeah. Could be.
Maybe your boy, he was growing up super fast. Maybe he's already dead.
You could
From
be
old
a
age.
granddaddy, great granddaddy.
Yeah.
You could beat him up now because he's older than
Have
you.
we left yet?
If you want to have left, I'll say you all are walking out having this conversation.
Just so you know, if we go check on the orcs, we'll either find an entire army of orcs, half orcs, and people, or we're gonna die.
Don't die. Please.
We'll do what we can. We're not keen on it either.
Yeah, Pitchfork, don't die.
It's not high on the list of things, too, but I only got like probably 10 more days at best.
Fair.
Oh, you were being serious.
Oh, that's a hurt.
So as we get
Pitchfork's old.
out and kind of outside of earshot, Pitchfork, how many times do you think you can like do really bad on that enlarged spell and make it work the other way?
Oh. I mean, probably more than I should.
Because maybe we could find a way to get you in there by those towers. And if they're hundreds of feet
Oh.
tall, but it's only 100 foot radius.
Oh, and
that
then I
would
just and then I shrink them
topple.
down
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I think you can
The
choose
audience
to
could hear you
cast
from tower to tower while you,
enlarge the other way.
repeatedly fail.
Well, you can choose to downcast.
Downcast. Yeah.
That effect
Mm.
was specifically a misfire, which I would say is probably out of your control.
Okay.
Let me double check because
Yeah.
okay. Some of the spells you can cast one way or the other intentionally, but
Yeah,
down
I
doesn't
think
look to
what
be one of them.
Sweeney's getting at is when you cast in large.
Yeah, the misfire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we almost ended the campaign.
Yep.
I guess there's reduce is another spell possibly. I don't know that
You
one.
would just need to learn that spell.
Easier said than done.
You've got two options. You can hope that you randomly get it when you level up, or you can see if you know a magic user who knows that spell and could teach it to you. And when you level up, you get to take that spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if it's actually a spell.
I don't know. The one great thing with DCC.
It's in the enlarged flavor text. So
Okay. Well, we'll have to read over that. And the other thing is in DCC, the Spirit of DCC, in the magic section, it does kind of describe that you can make your own spells.
the caster can learn the reverse of this spell or reduce.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how exactly that works, but it's in the flavor text of enlarge.
You'd probably just take any bonus effect and apply the negative. So, like, if somebody would normally get bonus HP, take less HP, get a bonus to
Exactly.
attack, get a minus to attack.
Yeah.
But it does say you can learn it. So that would have to be as a different spell.
Mm.
Yeah. It doesn't specifically exist in the spell book.
But
That would be a cool thing to do to an enemy.
it
though.
is
Just be like,
on the table.
screw you.
Yeah. But it's also devastating to a structure especially if it's just part of it.
Yeah.
Yes. So smart.
Yeah. Well,
Imagine
we'll
if you
make
cast reduce, you fuck it up, you get that same misfire, and instead of shrinking,
it's gigantic.
But you know what? That might also work because it's going to throw the whole thing off balance.
And then we'll die in a cave and still.
I mean,
Bringing it full circle.
half a dozen of one, right?
Yeah. We're just going to have the invisible companion fly me around in the palm of his hand as I shrink their magical towers one at a time.
I mean, they can see invisible, but if you're really small and invisible, that's different.
You got to shrink you and the companion.
And the companion. There it is. So many spell checks to fail.
So many spell checks.
I can use my luck in reverse, right?
No shit.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, if I was actually casting the spell, I would still need the positive.
Because then you could downcast or upcast or whatever. Yeah.
I would have to nat 1 it and then roll the result for everything to shrink. So the odds of that happening again are not that great.
That
I
or
would allow on those results the use of rerolls.
Yeah. Rolling a nat 1, if I were trying to do it,
Wouldn't work.
wouldn't
You
work.
would roll a nat 20.
I would roll a nat 20.
But again, that could also work.
I would roll a 7.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. You've all left the mind flare area. You're standing out in this kind of mushroomy jungle area. You've got choices to make.
Magical items?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's always the first thing I want is magic items.
Agreed.
But we could also probably, deal with the Darrow pretty easily too.
I'm done talking. Let's go kill something.
I just want to murder.
Yep.
That's
Sorry,
the man that wears his
human
heart on
makes
his
me a little
sleeve.
testy the next day. It's
That's because you ate testicles, and I told you not
yeah.
to.
Oh, they're the best.
They back
parts.
up on you.
Testies,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or we call them cave oysters around here.
I was, my business trip when I was MIA a little while ago. I was actually in Colorado, and one of the restaurants we were at actually had Rocky Mountain oysters on the menu.
Oh yeah.
No.
Wow.
That was a hard pass for me. Let's see here. So you're all talking about the magical items. So I'll tell you what. We'll pick that up next session. It is early,
Okay.
but I've got an idea of the dungeon and what you're expecting. But I want to do it right. So next week we'll pick up. We're gonna head. Give me the right tool. We're gonna head down here, so you all can go check out that ancient tomb that may be full of magical items.
Or an undead army.
Or
I'm
an
good with
undead
both.
army. One or the other.
Perhaps both.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So let's wrap this shit up. Let's do some plugs. Bert, what do you got, man?
Well, go to Backer Kit. Check out The One That Got Away. It's a module that I had a little bit of something to do with. It's got a few days left on it. It's a DCC 0 level funnel about drunken vision. You can check out my channel to see how these guys did with that module.
Yeah, it was good.
It's fun.
Other than that, we've got some Cyberpunk Red coming up this Saturday. Something fun this Sunday. Something fun.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. And so usually I would pass this on to John, but I just want you all to watch the look of disappointment on John's face when I say that I still have neglected to edit those fucking videos so I can get them distributed for everyone. So John, what else do you got?
It sounds like Friday. I will be in the driver's seat. We're gonna do because we're down a couple of players. We're gonna do something a little different. I've never run it before. It's not really heard of, but it's kind of a Borderlands knockoff. So it's legally distinct, rules like Borderlands. We'll say. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, and then maybe we're gonna be recording something on Sunday. It sounds like,
That's the plan.
and that should be fun. It'll be a little surprise. Watch the YouTube channel for that one.
Yeah, very cool. Dan, you got anything?
Check out the Discord where you don't have to see me yawn. That doesn't work at the end of a thing. Let me
does
post
not.
it again.
It has to be the only thing. There
Yeah,
you go.
sad times.
Sad times.
But we got memes and video games, movies, capitalism, democracy, TV shows. I don't know. We've got everything.
All
We
of
got
it.
stuff.
And let's see. For the rest of this week, like John said, he's running the show Friday night. Nothing Saturday. Probably over on Bert's channel on Sunday. And then we'll be back here next week as we check out this ancient tomb to get some magic items. I don't know. That's all I got. So
Remember, boys and girls, human is the other white meat.
It is. Eat long pig. Reduce your local person population.
Yeah, but
Eat
if it's
local.
American, it's American, it's gonna be greasy.
It is high
Yeah,
cholesterol.
a little fatty.
Yeah.
It's chock full of drugs too.
So many
drugs.
antibiotics.
I think French maybe. Like I've always heard they've got really good food. Maybe a little carb heavy.
Yeah.
Not the English though. They're probably as bland as their food.
Mm.
They taste boiled, and they're not even boiled.
True. All right. Until we see you next time, get the fuck out of here. Goodbye.
Bye.